We could be stuck up here for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, that was a barra.
Grab a few of these green ants. You can eat them. Hey, g'day, good morning from wherever you're watching in the world. My name is Aaron, or Az, and where I stand right now is in the northwestern section of the Australian continent, in a very rugged, very remote, very beautiful part of this part of the world. And we're a very long way, I say we, my brother Jack, his missus Eva, or better known as Miss Mangrove Jack, and Nikki. We've been up here for a week, a long way snaked up this river where the fresh water meets the salt. And to be honest with you, it's one of the best camps that we've ever seen. There's big fish, barramundi, mangrove jack, there's amazing scenery, there's fresh water, drinkable right next to camp, and enough to be able to have a swim. There's crocodiles, there's a hell of a lot of wildlife, surrounded by amazing rock formations, plants and animal species that I've never really seen before. And it's our last final day here. So with that, I wanted to take you guys along for the journey and share it with you. I'm excited to do so. But first of all, let's go up this creek and check it out. So considering it's about 1,000 degrees Celsius at camp, we thought we'd have a walk up the back of this freshwater stream that runs right next to the camp, probably 50 meters away, and see how high we can get up it. It's not 1,000 degrees, it's probably 40 degrees Celsius, but let me tell you, it's pretty hot. It's absolute pristine fresh water. I think in the last week that we've been camped here, we would have drunk hundreds of liters between us, which is, for anyone who has done a fair bit of camping in different places will know that that is a huge asset to have. Seemingly unlimited supply of beautiful fresh water. If I put my hand here, I should get covered in a small ant that'll bite me. If you can see them, they're a green ant and are actually a good source of bush tucker. You can eat them. Their abdomens, which are green, you can see there, tastes like citrus. A little bit of a tang. They're actually good to make. You can make a tea out of them, so like boil your hot water and crush up a few of them and put it in, and it'll taste like, lime or lemon tea. I probably would need to eat a little bit more of them to get any sustenance, but very tasty. There's a small little tree that's growing out literally the edge of this rock. Tiny bit of soil in the edge of this rock with a little bird's nest, perfectly formed out of twigs. Bird nest, but no one's home. We'll keep moving. Cool little cave though. Be good to weather the storm. What we got here?
No fig. Hanging nice little clusters. Full of insects.
No.
Not that great.
So there's a closer look at a green ant's nest. I've disturbed it walking past, so they're going crazy, but you also, not only can you eat them, but grab a few of these green ants, the old bush remedy that traditional medicine was used in, scrunch them up in the hands, and that would help clear out the sinuses, so it says, and it's pretty intense.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
pretty wild,
Vicks.
yeah?
Nature's Vicks.
Yeah, nature's Vicks.
I don't know. Oh, I can see it.
Is it a scrub hen? We've never seen before. Yeah. And there's a lot of bird sounds that are new to us. It's pretty cool. What can you see?
Oh, it's an owl.
Really?
Yeah.
You are your father's daughter. Show us what book you got there.
Dad would be
Oh,
proud.
it just flew.
Oh, it's gone?
Just flew.
Okay. Forest, dense vegetation, riparian monsoon forest. That would be exactly right.
Broken, but it's a big feather.
Any birdies out there that I can identify the patterns of this feather?
What feather?
There's this ginormous hardwood tree here that has grown over hundreds of years, but you'll see in one of the really big wet seasons, the rock that it was growing over has been pushed out. So there's probably a 2-foot gap underneath, which is very impressive and a testament to how much power, how much force is pushing down this stream in the wet season. See, all these big logs have been carried down, but this tree is held. Nature is awesome. All right, what did we see?
We saw a few good birds. We saw a great bowerbird and I think an olive-backed oriole. I think a rufous owl was the owl that we saw. Not 100% sure.
Don't forget the spangled drongo.
And the spangled drongo. We get those ones back home. Then there was a whole bunch of LBJs, which in Twitcher language is little brown jobs.
Good spot, the bird spot. We're gonna hook it back now to camp as the tide has just started flushing in, and with that, hopefully some potential fish for food. So that is the agenda for the afternoon. Try and get back to camp as quick as possible after a little swim in one of these cleaner pools, and yeah, do our best to catch a fish. Oh, geez, that was close. We can see Barra jumping in front of us in home pool there, but nothing's taken our baits. We've got cut bait, lure, live mullet, and yeah, they seem to be biting, like feeding on very, very small bait, like pinky finger size, very small. Oh, big diamond scale mullet. So yeah, we're going to resort to trying to get a feed of big diamond scale mullet with a cast net. Oh, yeah. We're after diamond scale mullet, and this isn't that variety. I'm gonna let you go. We'll try and get those other two out there. Did I get it? Oh no, I just missed it. I want to get one of these diamond scale. They're way better eating.
See there? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I could just swim in the other direction. I reckon it'll come back round though. We've got a freshwater stream coming out of this rainforest here, and it's just washing down these rocks.
We've got a great vantage point.
And there's like 4 or 5 big diamond scale mullet. Oh, look at them. Oh, I think you got 1 or 2. There's probably 5 there. Oh mate, that's lunch.
That's lunch.
Plenty of feed there.
It's huge.
Oh look, there's the croc. Croc's just come up probably 10 meters from us. Alright, that's what we're dealing with at the moment. We got ginger, soy, vinegar, garlic, healthy amount of chili. We're going to leave that for half an hour. Just here.
That gap.
So we're just trying to work out what time's high tide, which is meant to be now. What you can see in front of us is the only passageway to get out of the river. I don't even know if we're going to be able to move my boat. Yeah, the tides are now neaping and we may not be able to get out of here. We'd be locked in here for maybe 1 or 2 weeks until the next big tides, if that is the case. We're not sure. We just need to hope that at 2:30 in the morning the high tide is going to be 30 centimeters higher, which there may be an opportunity to just like snake through here.
I don't want to eat mullet!
Oh nice, nice, get it up, get it up, get it up. Gold spot cod. Oh no, estuary?
The estuary cod.
Estuary cod.
Still got my bait. It's the last bait we've got.
Well done. She's at it again. So that's what we're working with. Cevicheed mullet with a bit of sesame seed, sort of dried seaweed on the top, on a bed of rice. Really appreciate it, miss. Thank you. I have a feeling that we're going to be stuck at this camp for another at least week. It is scorchingly hot down there at camp.
Yeah. Much better to be in here.
Yeah. Here is where it's at, along with all our clothes. Woo! All right, let's go get fish or crab. All right, I'm gonna set the time lapse up just about here. as the tide starts to rush in from downstream to fill up the home pool. So in this time lapse, take close note of the tidal movement where there's a slow build with the water moving upstream to the pool on this right hand side. Once this pool fills, it then overflows into the section where our boats are anchored on the sand. And this pool where our boats are will fill and then start dropping within about 10 to 12 minutes, trapping us behind this rock bar yet again. All right, I'll try and explain this, but yesterday we were hand lining out the front of camp. We got snagged, pulled it, it cut off. And now as the tide has dropped out and exposed all this rock, it's shown that the hand line was taken over there, big live mullet, and then the fish ran through this gutter on high tide and has gone through these two rocks because we've just found probably like 20 meters
Come all the way up there.
of a 120-pound hand line.
Down to here.
And we're just wondering whether there could be still a fish on it.
Oh, it'd be so unlikely, but it's possible. And it felt like it was moving a bit. But I don't know if it was like the jerk of this tree or...
Doesn't seem like we're going to be able to get it. It's just like firmly wedged under these two boulders at our feet here. Oh, you're the most lively mullet I've ever seen. All right.
Oh, that was a barra.
Yeah, they've been going off, man.
There's literally barra just jumping 5 meters in front of us. The pressure's on.
They'll get nailed. They're actually turning on.
Oh, that was a barra just feeding, just jumping out of the water.
Right, everyone's rigging up. I've got a livey on this, on a cork, because we keep getting snagged. Eva's had a couple of really good hits. Jack, he's in the game, he's got his eyes on the prize. Barra have literally been jumping in this pool. So yeah, don't push it, Beeves.
Yeah, with your shoulders.
Alright, so the current situation in the camp is that Eva just caught a fantastic barramundi and a mangrove jack, so we're good for dinner. However, on the flip side of that, the bad news slash good news, depending on how you look at it, is that the tides that we were given for this area have been inaccurate because, you know, it's 25 to 30 miles away from the nearest tide station, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get out of this rock bar at 2 a.m, which we thought, we're quite confident we could, but the tide is coming in not as high as we thought it would, and then dropping away really quick, and we can't get over these big boulders over here. And the tide didn't come up where we thought it would today, so we're trying to get the weight out of the boat and then push it into the water. So if we do get a window of opportunity in the morning to get over them, not a huge chance, but there still is a slight chance. If not, we're going to be stuck up here for a couple of weeks. Luckily we've got fresh water and fish. We're letting all the fresh water, there's about 50 kilos of fresh water in the hull. We're trying to push the boat into the water so that at 2 a.m, when there is a high tide, we've got a chance of getting the boat over that rock bar. So every kilo matters. Woo! Anyone want to shower?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Be a bit of fresh in there. Hey, you were making us push.
Sorry guys, probably should have let this out before we spent 20 minutes pushing it off the sand.
Oh, how good's that?
Oh, the double whammy.
Gets the flies off you for a hot minute, and they're all on me now. No wonder, they're just caught in my beard. Close. Oh.
Woohoo! How good. Just gonna
Boat one done.
Boat two to go.
Let's get into boat two.
Boat two.
As you want to grab the anchor.
So after a bit of effort, the four of us have got each boat from 10 meters up on the beach here. We took all the weight out and made them as light as possible. And so that they're ready for come 2 a.m. is the highest tide for the next 2 weeks. So ideally, come 2 a.m, 2:30 a.m, we can just edge over that rock bar there, so it needs to come up another meter. But because we're so far up this river, not overly confident that we'll get there, but you need to have a bit of hope. So hopeful, but also realistic that we could be stuck up here for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, see how we go.
So we're gearing up to move the boats obviously had a few hand lines out. Always got to have a line out. And the hand line started running. And I grabbed it and pulled it in. Didn't think it was hooked.
Then you thought it was off. You were
Yeah,
like, nothing
I
on.
thought it was off. But obviously kept winding in. Fish must have been swimming towards me. Winded in the slack line and we were on.
Bang.
On. And here we are. Barra
Barra.
and Jack.
There's a hanging jacks.
Slow cook these on the fire.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yep. That's great.
All right, so we just pulled out this paper bark that Jack soaked for probably an hour. We gutted the bazza
Nice, just fits.
and we're gonna wrap it up and cover it bottom, put it on coals, and then put a bed of coals over the top as well. We've never done this before, but
See how we go.
as most things we do.
Oh my god, is that the Joe Gallagher?
And there goes the barra. The old buried barramundi. Really keen to see how this turns out. I'm super excited. First time we've done this. What was that?
I was just about to say, I think I've won the Jack tally today.
You've won the Jack tally for the year.
Yeah.
In 2 days, you've got the year's quota of Jacks. More than I've ever seen. It's every time I turn around, you had a Jack. That's why you're not Miss Mudcrab anymore. You're Miss
Miss Jack.
Mangrove Jack. Jacko's just ramped the heat up now. They've been on for an hour and a half. Slow cooking, smoking. But now we're going to ramp it up because there's a fair bit of hunger getting around the camp. We don't know how the barra and paper bark experiment's going to go, but we're optimistic. Just like we're optimistic for the tide in the morning, aren't we?
There's nothing we can do to change it. We just have to have a fair crack and see how we go. So
Wow, that is soft.
smoky and soft. Want to get the skin in there too. That's just going to be delicious.
All right, Eva's done up some good vibes zhuzh, as she's put it, with onion, garlic, chilli, coconut, milk powder, turmeric. Bit of a morale booster before the 2 AM rock bar challenge.
Okay, this has been buried with coals, paper bark barra, sand, and then coals for about an hour and a half. It was pretty long, but it was very thick paper bark.
You're kidding.
Oh, I feel that paper bark. It's just like a warm,
It's a proper warm oven.
wet blanket.
Oh my god.
Far out.
so
That looks
pretty.
fantastic, doesn't it?
We need we need a photo.
That is just
Steamed. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Look how moist that is.
just so moist.
I think that's the key word of the meal. Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's going for it.
Mm.
Good?
Yeah, that's so good.
Woo.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Can I get a zhuzh?
Can I get a zhoo?
Oh, wow.
Guys, this is what living's really about.
And that's what cooking fish in the Kimberley's all about. All right, we're gonna smash a feed, have a sleep. We'll see you at 2 AM to see if we can get over this rock bar. I don't know if you can see that there, but red eyes. There's a croc sitting just on the other side of this rock bar. Oh, yep, there it is. Here's some of the, well, most of the camp packed up. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just trying to get weight out of those boats in the event the rock bar has enough water to skim the boats over. Let's see how we go. It's still got a lot to film, mate. High tide's meant to be in sort of 35 minutes. And there's still rocks that need to come over probably close to 1.5 meters. I don't think there's going to be that much movement, bro, in 40 minutes.
Yeah. Some days it was an hour late, some days it was bang on.
Yeah, the 2 AM party. High tide party.
Sitting, waiting, wishing.
Yeah.
Sitting, waiting, wishing for the tide to come in. Well, 10 minutes ago there was no water under my feet, and now there is. That's a good sign, but doesn't seem to be moving too fast through the channel. Yeah, copy that. Do we need 1/2 meter till it just covers the rock, or is that giving us a bit of water underneath the boat as well?
That's covering the rock.
Yeah, all right, so maybe just skim pin Dan over. But yeah, definitely not mine. I'll probably safely need like 1 foot of water.
Let's just hope she keeps rushing in, mate.
Still flooding?
Still flooding.
It's positive. It's positive. That's the stick marker we put in yesterday's high tide mark, and it's still flooding in. I don't know for how much longer. Surely only a few minutes, but hopefully longer.
This one, yeah, you'll get the nose there. You want me to catch you?
Like not far now, it's just this gap.
It's not far, man. We literally just need another foot.
Sorry?
Can someone jump up in front of the boat there and just grab that rope to pull the nose around? Jack, I reckon you motor forward through there. Through that gap. Keep going. Oh, there's a rock in front of you.
Left or right?
You can go left, Jack. We just got Jack's boat over. I'm going to try give this one a go. Chest deep in water trying to get this boat out, and it feels like I've just done the strongest lot of drugs ever. I am absolutely wired. We got the boats over. I was like 90% sure we wouldn't. We got the boats over, but it's not over yet. We need to get over the next 2 rock bars, but that was the hardest. Hopefully you guys can appreciate just how difficult it was getting these tinnies over in those early hours of the morning. We didn't really get much footage because we couldn't film. It was all hands on deck. We were waist chest deep in the water, pushing and heaving as hard as we could to get those boats over the rocks. Then we snaked our way down the river, which took about 2.5 to 3 hours, following the river bends and avoiding really big logs, which was a challenge in itself, but safe to say, we were in the clear.
Oh yeah, chest broken.
Broken. Oh really? Like actual? We made it!
Eva, what do you think the chances were?
Once we got pinned down through, I thought like we could be on here.
Things are looking up.
Yeah. I wasn't hopeful when Jack's like, there's no chance Aaron's getting out.
Yeah, I didn't want you to speak it loudly to everyone and get hopes down.
I definitely at no point at all thought we would get out. I thought Pindan might, but I never thought the Genesis would. So.
Yeah, I was like...
To be honest, I knew we'd get it done.
Oh, did you? Were you like, yeah, we'll get over?
I was like, I've got a feeling that we'll...
Bullshit, you couldn't have been that sure.
If it was an inch less, we physically couldn't have.
Or like 10 minutes later because of the turn. Like it turned
the
right
timing
then.
of like as soon as we could get mine through, we did, and then as soon as we could get yours through, we did, and it was like...
It was to the minute.
Yeah, and it was on that rock, and then as soon as like the toe went still, we're like, shit, it's gonna start running, and if we don't push now harder, it's just stuck.
Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you in the next one.